Carpenter Leonides Castro has grown into a successful furniture businessman, thanks to the gradual economic reform pursued by Cuban government since 2010. Yet, he still insisted that he was doing artwork rather than a trade, a pretense that could protect him from any disaster possibly arising any time during the island's slow and struggling transformation to a market economy.
En estos momentos poseemos la primer galería de muebles autorizada por el Ministerio de Cultura, y eso se debe a los éxitos que hemos tenido no solamente en el área nacional, sino que hemos recibido elogios de muchos extranjeros por la calidad del mobiliario.
Out of the framework of traditional state-owned industries, small business is allowed to develop in Cuba, but under strict control of the government. Leo and Miguel Furniture Havana, which was operated by Leonides Castro and his partner Miguel Alfredo Rodriguez, was just a case in point.
Es evidente que en el país se ha producido una apertura, y esta apertura ha redundado en beneficio para todos los artistas y también para los cuentapropistas. En el caso nuestro, nosotros somos artistas y hemos recibido un gran apoyo de las autoridades del Ministerio de Cultura con respecto a la adquisición de la materia prima.
The self-purported artist of woods was permitted by the government to import some 90% of his raw materials from China by containers and others from regional countries like Panama. However, by his prosperity through this particular mold, so daring and rare in the country, Leonides gained not only cash but imitation and competition.
Cuando empezamos éramos los únicos y no había competencia, entonces no había superación. Pero en la medida en que empezaron a aparecer otros grupos de creadores muy profesionales, entonces aumentó la competencia y también empieza la creatividad en un desarrollo exponencial.
Today, more than 500,000 Cubans work in the private sector as a result of Raúl Castro's government's economic reform in an effort to lift the country out of poverty. This poverty was caused by decades of the trade embargo imposed by the United States. Meanwhile, almost 5 million people in the public sector are trying to control their urges to escape poverty as they witness the financial success of the other 500,000 people through the food sale, transport and house leasing sectors. For ideological reasons, in the 1960s, the US started to sanction Cuba by trade means after Fidel Castro assumed power. When his brother Raúl succeeded the presidency, the embargo remained until today. However, as both sides decided in December to begin the process of re-establishing the diplomatic ties that had been severed for over 50 years, things have begun to get better.
Estamos en la mayor disposición de empezar a exportar muebles hacia Estados Unidos. Pienso que el futuro todo va a ser mejor.
If the reform succeeds in Cuba and the embargo is removed, Leonides Castro and millions like him on the island could enjoy the life they have always dreamed of.